But remember that AI is not anything more than automated intelligence. We're teaching machines what to do. If we don't teach it the right way, like you teach your child, you'll always have it wrong.
And I think it's safe to say AI is not one single thing. AI is a lot of different things. But what's your take on AI?
Actually, AI is one single thing.
Really?
And I like to remind people that it's a subset of computer knowledge. It's not this wonderful thing that's going to take everybody's job. It's machines that we're teaching how to do things. AI is the culmination of a lot of work. Just yesterday, one of the pioneers, the godfather of AI, Gregory Hinton, won a Nobel Peace Prize for developing the neural network for machines to be able to translate data to each other. So he's basically mimicked at the cellular level how a computer program can talk to each other. And it's the fundamental basis of how AI is grown. People need to learn that AI is not going to take your job. We're not at the point where machines can actually learn yet. We're still teaching them. And it's interesting that people are afraid of something because they don't know about it. Understand that every time you ever hit one of those CAPTCHAs and picked sidewalks or crosswalks or stop signs, you were teaching an AI how to look at images. You were teaching the computer what to look at. And AI is something that, particularly in the world that we live in, has so many varied aspects. It doesn't matter whether it's the image processing side, which is what's terrified a lot of people, or the mimicry side, which is what the unions were arguing about. We don't talk about AI and how it's used for data management or cloud management, or how it's used for compression algorithms from the manufacturers. Now we can actually use the technology that learns on its own failures on how to build better tools. One of the things I like to talk about AI has nothing to do with our industry, but it does have to do with imagery. That they've now finally figured out a way to analyze the hundreds of thousands of mammograms that are done on a regular basis in the United States, on a weekly basis in the United States. I think the number is 385,000 a day around the world are captured. They've come up with a way to be able to aggregate the knowledge from multiple different manufacturers and styles of mammogram machines to be able to start determining where breast cancer starts. And they've been able to, with a 97% test in the early trials, to be able to determine when women are going to get breast cancer as much as 5 years before it happens. Think about what that means for medical and everything else that's going on. All the things that happen to humans, whether it's breast cancer, whether it's colon cancer, whether it's brain cancer, any of the things that go in there, we now have the ability to start learning how to protect ourselves from those things.
But AI can do so many creative things.
Oh, yes.
Why should we not be afraid of it?
We need to be concerned in how some people will use it. Here we are right now at the edge of an election, and misinformation is a big deal. And AI can create images that can fool most of the people. I've even been fooled by AI pictures, and I test things all the time. The other thing we have to worry about is the inherent bias in the models. Because of the way that people build the image database, the informational pictures that they use to reference it, they may use limited resources to be able to build these models. And a large language model is not always language. It can be images, it's any kind of data. That information can be accredited, but it might have bias in you chose what you liked, not a proper cross-section. One of the big issues is inability for AI to see bias in color. It's definitely biased in how they perceive things. If you say, give me a pretty woman, 99% of their 98% of the time, it's going to give you a light-skinned European female or male. Give me a beautiful person. And we have to teach them to give demographics based on our own, on what the demographics are of the society we live in. And that's one of the things where AI is failing right now. The other thing is that it's still at about a 4th or 5th grade, 6th grade level. It's still a child. We have to teach it what's wrong. So we've gone from saying they make mistakes to saying it hallucinates. It doesn't hallucinate, it's wrong. We have to train the machines in what's right and what's wrong. And for actors and things, being able to license my character, my personality, That's an important part of this because we can now mimic that. A good friend of mine, Jim Gewildick, had worked on a project where it's a show. I think it's called Here Now, but it's a movie coming out with Tom Hanks, where everything takes place from the same room. The camera never moves, and it's in this house. It's before the house. It's in the grounds and all of that. And they've used AI to do real-time face transference. Now, the interesting part about it is the AI system that's being used by a company called Metaphysics can't replace the hair in things. It can tighten the skin and make you look younger, but it couldn't do the hairstyles and the clothing styles. So all of that has to be period. So there's limitations in how AI works. But the reality of it is that we use so much AI already, whether it's the intelligence of our NLEs that read what file format we have and automatically put a LUT on it, or understanding what color science is and being able to do simple color labs. If you use Google Maps, Apple Maps, if you have Siri or Alexa, you're using an AI-based tool. But remember that AI is not anything more than automated intelligence. We're teaching machines what to do. If we don't teach it the right way, like you teach your child, you'll always have it wrong. And that's why AI is something that everybody's afraid of, because they don't think about the fact that it's just teaching a computer what to do.